Hey, you guys.
Ooh, getting spicy over there.
Don't make me fly swatter you
I think they're fighting over the pig ears.
in front of the children. Don't make me fly swat you. Che is in Europe. No, he's in Seattle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's hanging out with Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder, huh?
Always feels better hanging out with Eddie Vedder. No, he's just up there.
I love his ukulele songs.
And that one album he did with just guitar, campfire kind of deal.
That's the one that was the, is that for the movie? The soundtrack?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Let's get this bad boy on the road. Listen to some low pressure T-Dog right in front of me.
Greetings.
He AI'd this whole song. The Morse code of AI.
If you play it backwards. I told you we wrote this for a soundtrack for a film.
Was it George Soros or something for one of his parties?
It was somebody in the offices with like Carrot Top's lawyer.
Morgan and Morgan?
No, I was in
For the people?
Southwest Orlando, where the lawyers are.
Yeah, the cabin holders. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Just the Mic podcast. This is episode number 200. It's kind of awesome. Here, let me give myself one of these.
Bicentennial episode.
That's for us, T. Colleen, that's for you too. But you're not here tonight. She's probably folding shirts. I think she works at Tbone Designs now. No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
T, how you doing, man?
Super good. Good to be here. We had a little rain right before I came over.
Yeah, man.
Got some of that?
Yeah, a little bit. Tired of going out there watering.
It's dry. Way dry.
Last night I was all trying to adjust the sprinklers just to get it to where we wouldn't have to water certain things that it's not getting hit. Because we're having to water like every couple of days right now.
Yeah, it's sketchy. We really need
to keep the things that you love alive, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the garden stuff, and the fruits and vegetables and everything.
Tomaticus.
Yeah, man. It's been nice out though. We've had a lot of wind.
Yep.
I've enjoyed that. It's been nice to be outside. It hasn't been too hot outside at night.
Yeah,
you know?
There you go. The caveat in the evening, in the morning.
Daytime's been like I mowed the yard yesterday, and it was middle of the day, noon.
Is that bad?
It was the first rough mow of the year for me. The first one where you're like, oh man,
yeah.
Let's jump in this pool. Yay.
Yeah, we need the cycle to begin. You know that the wall of death that comes over from Orlando and douches us.
Yeah, man. Douches us, huh?
Yeah, we need it.
It's like the Massingo. Yeah. Wow.
I'm ready.
Are you doing any rain dances at your place? Like when I was over there looking at your pond out back, it was bare bones.
Yeah, I am.
Like things are getting low. Things are getting a little gnarly.
True. I've seen it lower, but I hope, like I keep saying, we hope the cycle begins. But I've been watching some little ponds that hardly ever dry up, and a lot of birds of prey are posting up and using it to be like, oh man, I'm gonna just eat everything around here.
Have you had any Lake Mead incidences where like maybe you found like a car or a body, in a container in like sunken or anything cool, any treasure?
A little bit, but I think we got all the treasure from, like
He's like, I can't think of any treasures.
No, we used to have this one pond that had a little rope on it, and it had a little like emergency fund on it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
During the fires and all that.
So I need to get a metal detector next time I come out.
Yeah, there ain't no more like that because they got silted in. And
well, I have that rope with the magnet on it, right?
I got that.
I gave that to you, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling like we need a Haas magnet, like a Whopper. I'm looking for a treasure chest of gold, maybe.
Do you have like a safe down there that we don't know of, like an old whoever you guys got the property from like years ago before? There's some old wise tale of some badass treasure just
Well, there's the
hidden back
dump.
there.
It's a dump. It used to be the dump for Mims, one of
Oh,
them.
really?
They go out on, yeah, like, you know how there's that little dike?
Yeah.
Kind of there was like the outskirts of town, and you drive out on that little spit of land. So I poke around there, and I get an archaeological dig once in a while, and I
That's pretty
pull
cool.
up some old cool glass and bottles.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really, I'd actually want to do that with you sometime.
It's weirdly fun. I think, you know, I like finding stuff in the woods, and I got like maybe I got like a sense of where things might be.
I watched this debate on Joe Rogan, and it was the dude who did on Netflix. He did a book called something supernatural.
He's all about the what do they call it? The monolithic Graham
Hancock.
Yeah.
He had fingerprints of the gods or something, and then he had like some other supernatural something book that he wrote. I read one of them.
Yeah, there's
part of
a
it on
cool,
audio.
You know, maybe not. Flights of Fancy, maybe not.
I think he's trying to tell like the archaeologists and the people that are kind of, you know, we were hunter-gatherer. What if, you know, we weren't? What if we were a more modern society? And he's trying to show examples just to get them to change their opinion a little bit, or just say absolutely, you know,
Maybe.
there could be, it's all he's asking for, kind of. And for, you know, intellectuals, you know, amongst the world, I guess, I mean, we've seen Oppenheimer, and we've seen all these, you know, movies that are coming out now, and how if you're an intelligent person, you're, you know, people that don't understand are going to scrutinize you, and then other people that are intelligent people that are going, you know, trying to reach the same goal are going to do everything.
Did you mean like scapegoat?
Totally.
Yeah,
they're going to do everything they can to you know what I mean.
Knock you down. Yeah,
it's a tough way to be.
I like though that he's throwing some different perspectives out. You know, maybe.
Yeah, it's true. I kind of like I think it's more entertainment for me. I'm not like, I don't have any, you know, hopes one way or the other.
Yeah, it's just
but
cool
it's
to find out.
It's interesting. So like doing an archaeological, that's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm like, oh, dude, they found all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah,
be awesome.
Yeah,
we're gonna go to the bottom of an ocean, like a little thing that a billionaire built to go to the Titanic or anything.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a bunch of gold that the Indians found, you know, wrecked on the beach and took it inland, and not all of it was recovered. So you could get lucky anywhere.
That's a good spot too, because when water comes in and stuff, and the water level's raised, there's probably like a little bit of a settling field, maybe.
Yeah, I can't wait to get one of them, a nice metal detector. Dude, get down on it.
What we need is one of those LiDAR things. We need to call Graham Hancock, talk to his people, tell him, we believe your cause, bro. Everything, everything that you were saying, we believe. You got anybody that can hook us up with a LiDAR machine and just do a whole scan over? What if there's like a fucking village right underneath your house that you don't even know about? Would you let him excavate it?
Yeah, but I got like a pretty strong feeling there's not, because it turns water real quick, but also there's a thick layer of clay out there. Like you can make pottery out of it. It's just, I think they call it blue gumbo. It's thick.
But I will counter that negative attitude coming from T.
Okay.
That can't happen attitude that I just heard was very uncommon of you, sir.
I'll give it a maybe, but I had somebody with a bucket digging when they dug the ponds, you know? So
yeah, that's true.
I think we were flooded for a while. We were like, right? We were ocean and it drained down.
Like on an episode of that series, it's Ancient Apocalypse. And that's the one that all the archaeologists are just, fuck that documentary. That is just entertainment. And they all wrote Netflix and all these, anybody that will listen to these archaeologists was like, don't believe anything that you're seeing here. This is all stupid. There's no proof. And he's not even trying to say, I've got these facts. I'm just saying there's these things here that you are just discounting as nothing. And I'm saying they could be something that leads to something else. Like the earth is so old. There's a lot of back and forth. Why are we so special? Like, why is it just because we learned how to use and work with the elements? Who's to say, like, 50 generations ago, during one of the cycles of a cold and hot spell that there was a hot spot of very intelligent people that maybe figured some shit out.
And then got snuffled.
And then a meteor hits because, maybe they're not that they didn't have satellites. Maybe they're not to that point, but maybe they were. And maybe when that thing hits, maybe it incinerates everything around it. I don't know. Maybe it throws it all off. I don't know. Maybe there really are aliens and they just, we do have a lot of UFOs and things.
There's been a lot of UFOs
that no one can explain.
I just talked to Pillar, Jason Williams from Smyrna.
Yeah.
He's telling me about some stuff he saw recently.
Oh, wow. Like orbs and stuff, or
like low orbit things cruising through the sky. Like 10 of them.
Do you know what that is?
UFO.
Do you know what it is?
I mean, nobody knows.
I do.
What?
Those are the Starlinks from Tesla.
Yeah.
They daisy chain them. There's 10 to 11 or so, I think, in a network. If you even popped it on your thing there, we can look it up, I think. I've been seeing them too, and I guess there's some kind of app that you can get, and or
track.
Probably their app, and it tracks so you can see when they're going to come overhead, so you can kind of correlate it. So people, because I would assume people would probably see those low orbit satellites and just quickly assume, the fuck is that? Could you imagine being like in the middle of Idaho, middle of like Wyoming on a plane, not out there farming, herding, fucking
if you didn't know, let's see,
cows and shit, and seeing that up there, you're gonna call the cops immediately.
Maybe I told you, maybe on an episode, that I've seen a few UFOs, but one time in the 80s, I seen like a lot coming out of the sky, like orbs, big silver orbs, and it did give me that feeling, like I felt like when you're close to something that's gnarly.
Did you see the videos that they had of those orbs, those silver, whatever color orb, going as fast as a F-15 jet, and then all of a sudden, instantly going subterranean, underwater, and keeping its speed up, and then exiting the water, and then continuing the same speed? That was incredible.
Yeah.
And that's like, like, what is that? Are other countries reporting these things to their people? Or, we act like we're the only ones technologically advanced enough to solve this problem. But, are other countries trying to solve this problem? Because there's a lot of intelligent people out there.
Do you want to make a $10 bet?
I think there are.
So you think something big is going to unfold in the next 30 years that makes us go, oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, because we're getting set up. There's too many of these stories that are being told in books that are like all of these multiverses and these dimensions. And now we're doing quantum computing that we're talking about trying to solve.
Some cushions.
And people are talking about certain laws that don't make sense, in the laws of physics and stuff. And there's things that really don't make sense to us yet. But then some of the people in these physics crazy, what do they call it? Nuclear physics or something. I'm probably wrong on that. I'm not fact checking that.
Yeah, me neither.
But there's, there's shit we don't know yet, pretty much. And now AI is coming in to rock the party.
Yeah, there's all the speculation about maybe the moral thing about if it's saves lives for AI to drive people around in groups, then maybe it'll
meet the Jetsons.
Maybe it'll be outlawed to have your own wheels and do what you want. You might got to go through the right car where the AI's driving it because it's a mandate, because people run into people.
Yeah, like once you get to 60 years old and everybody thinks you can't drive, one drive infraction, you lose social driving credit points.
I'm saying everybody is
everyone
tracked, and they're not peeling it out like go where you want, when you want, more like under our umbrella, through our system, and
eat this little tablet and you'll be sufficiently fed for 1 month.
And
come back in 1 month.
Soylent Brown.
Like it is pretty scary. Have you seen the news on the AI stuff?
Yeah, you were talking about that. What's the angle?
I guess there's people that work for, OpenAI,
Okay.
and they're trying to sound alarm bells that there's not much oversight in the growing of these AI technologies that we are releasing, which, they're algorithms, right? Like it's a very, very, very good algorithm that learns and it's bringing all this data. Like, see, that's the thing. Us people, we interact with Microsoft, with Windows, with Apple, with all of their devices, the phones, and we sign our lives away pretty much. Like all of our value that we bring to that company as a customer, they were able to, make money off of us through the hardware and the software and to the services and everything. But people didn't realize the value that we were just giving away and trading for that item and that technology and that fun and that, so we could play that game or talk to our friend or send them a photo. We allowed them behind the scenes to save all of that data.
Yeah.
Through all of everything that we sign away and use it to create these super mega awesome algorithms that they're using right now. And they're, leveling them up at a very fast pace. And it's insane. I love it. Trust, I'm not trying to stop. Like, I think it's awesome.
It can't stop.
But I don't think it can. I think it's impossible to. And people that, like, it's almost in a way like even politics work that way in a bit. You have like a group of people that say, we got to go. And then you have people saying, we have it really good the way we had it. Like, let's go back a little bit or slow down. Let's be more safe about this. And they were like, oh, let's go, So you have two mindsets just in maybe, I'm sure there's a lot more mindsets, but in humanity, those are the two leading.
Yeah, it's like a polarized version. Yep.
And it goes the same thing with all of this stuff. You have people fear change at different magnitudes. And it's like, what do you do? Like, if you don't, they are. And a lot of other people, like, either we're being marketed in the craziest way that all these other countries aren't trying to do what we're being told they're trying to do. I don't know, man.
We're particles.
I feel like we got to do it. Yeah.
But we're having fun.
Yeah. And anything can change at any time, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. I enjoy it. Buy our NFTs, galacticgrams.com.
How many do we got now?
The 8? Caniverse. I think we have 8 of them right now. Yeah.
Leda was
with
the last
Leda.
one.
Yeah. And then we have another one in the works that's getting close.
Fanger.
Yeah. I always, for the listeners, we had a few years back, we've talked about it a little bit at last 4 or 5 episodes. I think we brought it up.
Group endeavor.
Everything was going crazy. This is when we made money on Shiba Inus. Bitcoin was getting kind of crazy. Coinbase came out as a publicly traded company on the stock market. All this crazy stuff was happening. These NFTs came out of nowhere, where these artists were going to get royalties for life, and that Beeple guy was selling his art for like millions of dollars, and they were trading it on Ethereum and Bitcoin and all of these other platforms.
What was the ape one?
The
Bored Ape.
Bored Ape, yeah, that club, and I wonder where that is now. Those things were going for hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece. So we're sitting there like, we need to do weed collectibles and make them really cool. And they're like a digital card. And just like you'd get a baseball card or a Garbage Pail Kid was like a really good thing because you wanted to put attributes, or a Pokemon card, you want to get all the attributes of that card. And it's a collectible and it's digital, and you can, VR headsets are coming out, and people are going to be going shopping in VR malls, and they're going to be buying VR ice cream, and then some kind of frozen ice cream service is going to drop it off or drop it out of a drone into your hand immediately. I mean, all of these future things are like, they're trying to come up with smell technology, and I'm sure that's already out there that I don't know about. in a way to have a VR experience to where maybe like this Apple Vision stuff is amazing. Some of the visuals that you get to experience, like even in the sports arenas where you're like right on the court in a basketball game, and you really feel like, imagine getting a sense of the smell of that atmosphere as well with that VR headset on your couch or in your bedroom or in some kind of crazy haptic suit. Like Ready Player One, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's happening, man. It's crazy. There's such a spectrum to where like people need to be out, like getting off of technology and farming more and growing your own food and being outdoors. And so there's that pull to life and figuring out how to have a better carbon footprint and how to, live in the best, healthiest way for yourself to have less cancer and less, illnesses and sicknesses, right? But then you have VR OnlyFans, where you're going to be able to do any kind of weird, crazy thing you want with a headset on in a bathroom or a floor.
I remember an old sci-fi flick like that. It was where you could experience somebody else's senses from a moment. Maybe it was a good moment, but maybe it was a bad one. But you could put it on loop.
Wow!
Pretty much go
like an old 70s movie type of thing, or
70s, 80s.
Heck yeah, man!
Yeah,
it's I don't know. It's a crazy thing to think about. Yeah,
it's a lot. It's we live in a time of technology, and it's pretty bitchin'. It's pretty cool. I'm glad that I can go see the dentist. Yeah. I went and saw Dr. Is it Denson?
Oh, yeah. He's right next door to her.
Yeah, he's really chill.
Office. I've met him. I think it was him and his wife were at our Christmas party.
Cool.
Dinner. They're friends with the owner of our company.
So I'm fixing to forget this. I'm going to throw out there because I was trying to chime it out there last week. So with the weird weather we've been getting, the extra dry and extra hot, noticed that the brown thrashers, the birds that look like a kind of like a road runner or a mockingbird, and they do thrash. They get under the bushes, but the brown thrashers usually boogie by now, and they're kind of hanging out. Oh. And what else I see? I've seen the roseate spoonbills.
Okay.
At some of the water holes that are drying up and have like a bunch of like 2-inch water. So there's a lot of cool birds to see right now.
Out front, we've kind of been putting some bird seed out and some sunflower seeds to try to get some birds in. And between the squirrels and birds, we've been getting cardinals. So we have a mating pair, and we'll see them in the back. And then they'll come out and they'll get up to the front tree, and then they'll fight the squirrels for as much bird feed as they can get. Then they take off and they run over to this oak tree, and they're just hanging. First time we've ever seen them. There's a pair of hawks, big hawks, mating in the big pine out back. And there's got this big dense area. I know they're nesting in there somewhere because I can always see them going back. Then you have at your house right now 2 owls.
Yeah.
A baby,
like a juvenile.
Yeah, and it was like had a little sound.
It had a weird little feed me sound.
Yeah,
and I recorded it. Maybe I'll bring it in.
Yeah, we got to hear that. That was cool.
I seen the mom ripping apart a squirrel and feeding it to it.
Wow.
I guess we're gonna post it. Frank said it's cool.
Oh heck yeah, man! That'd be awesome. And we forgot the 2 out back owls that come out here too. So I have 2 owls, a pair of cardinals, the 2 hawks.
I got a hawk too.
Multiple squirrels.
You know what my hawk's name is?
What's that?
Graham Hawk. He brings me a gram in the morning.
Nice. Oh man, let's take a break on that.
Cool. There's one other kind of bird I was trying to remember, a real colorful bird that's hanging out.
What kind of bird is that?
I'm trying to remember the name. It starts with a P. I can't remember.
The parsnip.
I wish. What else? We get the...
no longer can exist. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How are you today?
Okay.
Great.
Who's this?
This is a courtesy call regarding your wireless plan.
I'm already taken care of, thank you.
Yes, this is regarding the current line I'm calling to. There seems
Yeah?
to be some unusual additional data charges on the account in the past week.
From what?
Well, we wanted to give you a courtesy call to make you aware of this.
Yeah?
Yeah, as of right now, there are $260 in data overages.
What?
Well, it seems like an extra 16 gigabytes were used outside of your limited plan.
On my computer?
You should really be more aware of how much data you're using.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and charge this to the card on file. Is that okay?
No, you're not.
Well, look, I can take an extra $10 off if we can settle this now. Just give me the word.
I don't know who the hell you are or what company
Well,
you're
let me
calling
finish.
from.
Great. Your final bill is $250. I'll just submit this then.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. It's already processing.
That's okay. I'm making a call right now about this call. Thank you very much. I got your number.
And we are back from break. That was cool. To finish our thought up from
The NFTs,
yeah, man,
Galactic Grams.
it was cool doing that. It's something we're still doing.
We got a
It's,
beat going.
something that'll jive back up when the right time hits, because there is something into these digital collectibles and VR experiences that we're gonna be in that marketplace in some way, shape, or form.
I'm happy to be working with
So,
the team and getting to express creativity and writing and art.
Well, it's kind of cool that we had Corey Scott on, a couple episodes
Yeah.
ago.
Hell yeah.
That de-essing that you were telling me about on the episode, I actually did that, and
Cool.
it actually did help, and I fixed that today. So thank you for that tip.
Epic, yeah.
I was slithering.
You hear it from a distance and it's all just
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, totally. Corey's awesome. He's got that studio he's setting up. I drove by the other day and I didn't see it, but I thought I think that was his truck outside.
I can't wait to check
So
Corey.
we're going to have to go in there and give him a hard time.
Yeah.
He's going to be ready for the next NFTs. What was cool that I thought about it was the canvas. He's painting these cool flowers and things on canvas that we were scanning in, and then turn it. Monica's awesome with Adobe and everything, and turn it into those NFTs.
Little showcase.
Yeah, with the little card that moved. Remember when we got the videos when we first saw it? Remember that, dude?
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
so excited. That was so awesome to see that thing.
It looks rad. Yeah.
It really does, man. That was Shuttlebud,
Yep.
first one. And then you had these awesome little stories, and I still feel like we got it. And it felt like we're so close to it could be a game as well, Like you could almost turn this thing into a game, like a mining or a farming game on galaxies. And then that wax blockchain that we picked is heavy into the games. And they got the tops and they got all the Funko Pop. All of those collectible kind of things are within that. We're whitelisted, so we're verified, within that collectible set. We just needed to get
It's homesteading,
dive back up.
farming, sci-fi.
Totally.
Yeah. And a parallel story here and there.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. I'm going to pass the mic on to you for a bit, and you're going to tell us about this awesome surf competition. And the Marks girl you were saying, she's a world champ?
Caroline Marks, yeah, world champ. She's from Florida, Melbourne, Florida. CT did a mountain of developmental coaching with her, and she went right to the tour. She's killing it. And so
He took her Wi-Fi. He stole her Wi-Fi.
Say it again.
CT stole her Wi-Fi.
How so?
Remember the prank call?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, tell us about this.
So the WSL, World Surf League, they just had a big important contest in Tahiti at one of the most dangerous and challenging and awesome waves in the world there in Tahiti. And so it's all a bunch of life or death, don't get injured and do
Is it a reef break?
Yeah, it's a reef break. It goes from it's a left, and it goes from really, really deep water to you'll probably hit if you wipe out. So it's super shallow, but it's super thick, and the wave is like getting a couple Olympic swimming pools dumped on you if you wipe out wrong. And just lots of people get hurt, people die, and it's a nail biter for everybody. So now on the other side of that, the next contest, which already began, it's in El Salvador at a long, mellow cobblestone reef where they just get to do high performance surfing and really fun. And they're catching great waves and great weather. And that I was telling Scott that I think El Salvador is real committed to surf tourism, and they call their capital there Libertad Surf City, and they're catering this contest, and it's a great place to have a contest and see, man, right?
I mean, those waves are what, head high?
Yeah, there's some sets though. That's Tatiana, and that's radical. The women surfing's come so far.
And that wave, is it a steeper wave, or like Play Linda's got a very steep wave, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Not all
compared to like Coco and all that, yeah.
Compared to Coco, how is this as
one
far
here?
as a wave? Is it a flat, like a steep wave, or is it like just an easy Cocoa Beach, just kind of just push it along?
The El Salvador one is like, it's got plenty of juice, but it's real user friendly, so they can.
So you can actually put on a show.
That's what you're looking at, high performance. Instead of save your own life, going through a giant barrel. This is you might get a barrel, but you'll be doing turns and trying to.
I mean, I think that's a good perspective for maybe a casual fan, or maybe someone that isn't a fan of surfing, to understand it. And it's kind of like racing. You have certain tracks that are very user friendly. Some are good to view. Some are good to be there live at. Some are better to watch on TV. Some are better. Some are faster. Some, every driver maybe has a style that he excels in. So he might win this race a lot, but he doesn't win any of the others. It's kind of maybe similar in the surfing realm, maybe.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different little factors that make it fun for a fan like myself. But just
how early are we in this surf competition game worldwide?
Mid-year. The cut, they call it the cut, the one that's super critical, has already happened. It went down after Margaret River in Australia, and everybody that made the cut, went on to the life or death thing in Tahiti. And then they get to do this one, and they're going to end it in California. The ending is a little bit controversial, because it used to be that back in the day, it ends at death or glory at Pipeline. It's the end of the year, you're going all out. But now Pipeline is early, and it feels a little bit anticlimactic to see, the way they end it and the way they choose the winner. It's kind of like 5 people at the very end get to do a surf off, at the most user-friendly fun wave there is in Cali. So it's a little bit.
So it might actually promote a
It's a
fun
big party.
surfer rather than maybe.
No, everybody that makes it there is super gnarly, but they're not at Pipe doing a life or death. They're just Yahoo. Let's rip the crap out of this wave and figure out who's the winner between us. But it's a different format, and whole thing's evolving.
That's interesting, because maybe in that easier user friendly format, maybe you get the best of all your surfers. So maybe it puts on a better
all-arounder
experience for a fan to watch.
Well, if you watch the whole year, you see all of them are competent in gnarly waves and playful waves, but some people have.
How do you best watch all of these?
Go to WSL and
WSL.com, or on your phone. Can you just download the app?
Yeah, and they'll let you know when it's on, and you can watch all these.
You sent my daughter and I a link to the app a while back, and we downloaded it. It's free. And it has surfing on it all the time, and then it has a history of all of the competitions that it's shown, so you can go back in time and rewatch all these competitions in your own time. You don't have to watch them all live. You can watch them live if you can, or you can go back. And I thought that was kind of cool, because it's a marketing play that they're making, right? They're saying we need to get surfing in front of as many people as possible. it's a pain in the butt figuring out navigating these all of these like Netflix versus Paramount versus Max, because they're all trying to offer live TV services and channels. Hey, guys, getting gnarly with each other over there.
It's cool because
Blue and Loki have been trying to they're
fighting about
pretty
a toy.
hard. Totally about, and it's about Loki's squirrel that she has. Blue keeps Lori sent me a message the other day. She goes, "Wait till you get home. You got to see on his little love sack over there. Blue likes to lay on that by himself. All of the pig ears that I gave each dog one, they were all on his area. He's went and collected all of them.
Oh, that's what that
over
is.
there. So he is a little greedy little butthead.
Yeah.
And Loki's the boss.
He's going to even Steven.
Yep. Now she's over here with me, holding her, putting her head away from him so she has her toy. And he's a tiny little thing. Oh, man, that's great.
So this contest is on in our time zone. So you're right. If it's some of the other contests that happen at night while you can't watch it, you can go back and watch them.
It's really cool, man, and it's a good way to market, like I was saying, the sport, because if you have an app, anybody can watch it from a phone or anywhere, and you can play it, and it's free.
And they're interviewing heat winners after every heat. It's
they have announcers. I mean, it's a full Rocket League and gaming sports has a free channel that you can kind of go to under their network and watch all their tournaments and stuff. And so you have Twitch that people game on and they live stream on, and you can watch them. It's important to be able to have the attention of a fan to watch surfing. If you're live, that's one thing, but you're trying to create a marketplace that pays these surfers enough money. Like in basketball, they just got $70 billion for the next TV deal. So the average NBA player maybe made, $1 or $2 to $3 million as a vet minimum, or a regular player, like a low end. Some probably less than $1 million even. To where now the average player, they could get up to $10 million a year just because TVs are fighting over who gets to play it on their network, the sport. It's insane how much money. And gambling is now allowed in sports too. So surfing, I mean, it's worldwide.
There's a lot of people surfing now.
There's waves everywhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are still being discovered. So a lot of them haven't been, hey, does our format work in a tournament at this break? There's a lot of that hasn't happened yet. So I feel like everything is at such an infant level, an early stage. Like surfing's been lifelong, but the professional part of it, what is it? Am I wrong in saying 30 years?
Well, there's people that made a living with their name back in the 50s and 60s as well, selling like Greg Knowles surfboards, whatever. But yeah, branding, the whole deal. But it's been around for a minute, and I was, of course, there in the 80s when it was just maxed out with so much money and so much sales, especially here in Florida.
Billabong, O'Neill, all these big companies back then were just all popping up out of nowhere.
It was different. It was a time. That was
it was hot.
Glutton times. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember there was so many, I might have said this before, but in Playland, surf shop, I worked there, and Keith Lyerly was the boss, and he showed me the ropes and how to do what, run the deal. And I remember we had so much inventory that, the shirts on the hangers, I could barely wedge my hand in between them. They're so tight, but we would sell them all.
Wow.
It was nutty.
That is wild.
And now, we don't really got a core shop.
I mean, not really.
Yeah.
What?
Some places, Smyrna, Cocoa Beach, they got
what we have now is it was a beach wave.
That's super gay.
And now it's a surf. But have you been in there?
No, has it changed?
I want to go in there with you one
It
time.
looks like one of them Ron John, Nick's to Ron John
Yep.
with the glass, and they sell cheap towels.
So
and stuff.
here's yes and no. Yes, 100%. But here's what's happened: is all of those beach waves in Cocoa Beach a few years back.
Yeah.
An innovator went in and just got like Hey Dudes, got O'Neill, got
Like a makeover.
name brand things
Okay.
to put in there, and so actually some really good things
Cool.
to mix in with some of the junk. So instead of having like a whole huge
Just
store
tourist
full
stuff.
of junk, there's a little section of
Okay.
junk, and now there's a lot of name brand things. Like they have their little section of they have a lot of T-shirts and actually not too bad, not too
Cool.
bad. Actually, we go in there and kind of enjoy it now.
I didn't mean to diss them. It just
You
looks
get
like
the 4 Ocean bracelets in there now, and they
it's
have
like Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, they have Oakley's in there, and they have like all the hot,
cool.
eyeglass,
They
brands.
sell wax.
Yep, all that stuff. So I mean, for a drive by, the people in there are real nice.
Okay.
I've been in there maybe 4 or 5 times now.
Can you get on the roof?
I've never asked, but yeah, it does
That'd be a
have
cool view.
There is a roof access for watching shuttle launches and stuff. I think they're supposed to turn it into something. Maybe it is something. I don't know.
Do you remember when there wasn't buildings there and it was a bay?
Yeah, that's when remember my T-shirt print day.
Yeah.
It was cool working downtown there because that little Baldwin shopping plaza, there was so much history there. But then right across the street, it was McCotter Ford. And I work with Maddie now, and she was on the podcast earlier. But I remember going there and seeing all the cars and everything all fenced in and stuff, and then torn down. And then I think it was Louis Infronio owned the property. I don't know if he donated it to the city or did a tax thing. I don't know what happened there, but something did when I was working at Tbone. And the Burger King over there has been replaced how many times now? Third one. Lots going on over there. Yeah, a lot going on.
Titusville's growing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, but just still, I was seeing some kind of post where I guess like they have a really good relationship with the city, and going there and talking, and they have this good back and forth.
Oh, about the outflow there?
Yeah, just everything. But I guess like some Brevard commissioners like kicked them all out and made a whole scene out of it and everything.
Kicked who out? She got kicked out?
I don't think it was her per se. I know she was there and videoing and stuff, but some people were just trying to speak their mind, and whoever was leading the commissioner meeting was like not letting them talk. And
yeah. So
I guess like there's some like little gnarly stuff going on there.
I hope things get better. I feel like that river, I want to see it clean enough to where if you did swim in it, you ain't got to be like it's nasty, or maybe you could eat a fish from it. I'd love to see that happen.
With all of these seagrass plans to install in the clams, I know they've done clams in a number of locations and they've seen growth.
That's what it is. The grass beds aren't around like they used to be.
Yep.
And especially at the north end where it all starts, it is so stagnant. And I may have mentioned this before, all those little spits of land that lets us build shorter bridges across the river, they all dampen wave energy. And before all those, it was a lot of sloshing and moving around, the wind's blowing it back and forth. But now it's just so still, and it smells like bad sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, I remember smelling a lot worse years ago because you get all those seagrass beds whenever they the grass would die and stuff. You'd smell it bad, but there's no grass to die to smell that grass anymore, so you don't get it the same way
It's
that
a
you
different
did.
funk.
But it's still dead. I remember as a kid, driving to Play Linda with my dad, but instead of going to get bait at the bait shop, and shrimp and everything, we had a clammer, a sand flea rake, and we had this,
Out there by Dummit.
and then right when you the little tiny bridge that you go over before you go over the Max Causeway Bridge.
Oh yeah.
That little tiny little
Yep.
bridge that now you can kind of drive when you're going over to eat there. You can kind of be right. We would just walk out in the water right there, and there was all these, seabed, all this grass, but we'd find those little bare spots, and we'd go in and pull up huge clams. that we'd crack together, at the beach, and that's our fish bait for fishing, and we did it right there. Like my dad, I was just talking to him about the other day. Like that's how they always did it back in the day when they went out fishing. All of Rick Heine, all of those guys. That's where they took me
to get bait fish.
And then they'd have a cast net, and they would go drive out there by where Mockingbird is and all that now, and all that little back road in the refuge, and they'd get some pigfish and get a couple other little things, and boom, we're at the beach fishing. Now it's like you go to the bait shop to get, you know what I mean? Because it's hard to, there's not a lot of things.
So let's go
like finger mullet. Remember finger mullet were everywhere.
Let's go all the way back to when they raped the grape and our river was chock full of all kind of fish, even like
sea trout were nonstop.
Giant sawfish, shark, giant things, big things. And it was super lively, and they overfished it, and somebody made a bunch of money, and now it's like it needs to rebound.
When Allie was just a little kid, we'd fish off my boss's deck over there off Indian River Drive, and she caught like a 21-inch trout on a tiny little rod. Like, it was amazing, and that was even in the 2000s. Like, there's fish there, but
it just needs to be explosively full of life. And
now they have a big. Do you know much about the plan that they have put in place?
Who?
The city and Stell Bailey, and I guess she really touted it as a good plan.
Help me out.
I don't want to put words in her mouth and say that, but I just remember seeing her talking like, "Hey, this is a start, and this is something that we need." There's been an improvement. They're going to be. This thing does not improve our ecosystem, but this is to help keep. They're putting these like some type of retainer wall dampeners off of the bridge, and it's like some kind of buffer thing, and it helps keep this. It builds up the land there. It's like a land builder.
Erosion.
Yeah, it builds up soil rather than let it fall away. Like right now, the new bridge that they put up, it's already getting a lot of erosion, and they need to stop that erosion from happening. Right. So they're putting things in to keep that. That's just an infrastructure improvement. Is going to be the first stage of this big thing, but then they're doing like $1 million something of seagrass.
I like that.
And then they're doing there's been a project going around here for a while with putting clams back into our waters. And over the last few years, they've actually, like, one seabed, let's say it's like one little mound, when they've come back the following year and the year after, it's doubled and tripled in size. So it's actually expanding. So it's been promising. So they've been doing a lot more of this. So I guess there's going to be like 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know how many stages, but that's going to happen. And it's all been approved, and it's all cleared, and it's all, here we go. And I think a lot of these things will be done by the end of 2026, if I was not mistaken.
That's wonderful to hear.
So it was a little like, and then now we know what's going on down in Okeechobee. There's a huge thing in place where they're redirecting, like, pretty much back. I don't know what year. I don't want to butcher that, but there's, when they diverted all of that water down there and they started pushing everything towards Okeechobee and then over to the river, they redirected the water away from just decimated the seagrass beds and everything.
And got the algae blooms
and
going.
All the algae, which is a big problem with our river.
Nitrogen.
And how we've had all of our fish kills and everything, and all of our seagrass dies because of all that sugar, excrement and extra things that pollute our water that we
golf course lawn care
that just
chemicals
get let out. Well, that's all being fixed and changed, and it's already in the process of happening right now. And a lot of people are touting it as a very good plan of fixing what they did wrong down there. And I'm not trying to be a promoter of it, like this is an amazing thing, but it needs to happen. Good, and if it is what they say it is, and I guess they have, like, the lead person is one of these ecologist scientist guys that is like, they're actually listening to us, and doing it the right way. So we'll see. So there's some promising things that are happening in Florida with the extra money that's been coming here, through all the people moving here. Like, we've been a very big market.
And I hope somebody that just moved here and don't know, I hope they hear us say, don't go fast on all the little roads like 46 and 44, because, man, people are dying.
A lot of impatient people nowadays.
And, yeah, we got some road rage out west where Volusia County and Brevard County meet, like people trying to do the suicide pass and getting upset because people aren't wanting to.
I see it happen all the time. It's insane. I
don't go over 50 on them little roads, because
when I was young, I sped.
Easy way
I
to
drove
die.
fast. I got tickets. I had to go take the class. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't need to haul ass and get on somebody's ass like 2 feet from them and get.
That's what that road rage was all about.
And it's everywhere.
So calm down on the road.
When I'm driving down Carpenter, I could be going 10 miles over the speed limit, which I think is a normal thing to do. I'm not going too fast, but I'm not like slowing down traffic by any means, I'm going over the speed limit, and I'll still have people sitting like every day almost right on the tail of my tailgate. Like
that's super fun.
And just impatient, like driving onto the middle of the road to see, is there anybody, can I get around them? And it's like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, do I got to go 55, 60 down to 35 to make you happy? Pretty much.
That anger. Yeah.
Man. It's insane.
They need to be throwing some shakas.
That grinds my gears, man.
Don't let them get to you.
I start driving. It almost like gives me incentive to want to drive slower. Like we did this thing the other day where it's like we're driving, it was down 95, and this guy was hauling ass. And I go, I bet we'll beat them where we need to go. And sure enough, we did. Didn't change anything.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah, man.
I just see a lot of people getting slammed on them skinny roads with the ditches on both sides, and deers.
Totally.
So many animals.
Before you know it, we'll all be in like electric cars. Like
no,
it's weird.
How much meat there is on the road from big complex animals, and we're like advanced ourselves, but we're slamming them to get to where we're going.
When we talk about, we can't be killing animals and hunting,
we're slamming
and doing all this thing.
Yeah,
like we need to be vegetarian. Like there's some science behind eating more plant-based stuff. No one will argue that, but all of the insects, all of the things that you kill when you create your big fields of vegetables, it's just as bad, man. Like,
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like you're killing just as many animals, just in a different way, a different type of animal.
Yeah, like microbes and little ants that you squish out the way.
I'm really into this permaculture chop and drop. Like all the science is behind it. All the videos are out there. Having a healthy soil is so important.
Hey, before we go to the healthy soil, you said something about the vegetarianism, and I just want to say that if y'all can, maybe try to catch Gabby Reese and Sterling Spencer.
Gabby Reese, a volleyball player?
Yes.
I remember her back in the MTV days. She was a volleyball. She was doing the Olympics and all the tournaments and stuff on there.
She is a badass, and she just interviewed Sterling Spencer. It's a really, really cool podcast.
Okay.
It's worth watching. And they talk about, he had a brain injury, and some of the stuff that he illuminates is really cool.
Heck yeah. Oh,
yeah.
And we just had the Boeing flight too, the human space flight for the first Boeing. It's I don't have all the information in front of me. I thought you would just know this. This is how bad it is that we live here, and we have rockets shoot up every day, and we have no idea the value and the importance. 2 nights ago, Laura and I were just sitting out back, and all of a sudden we hear a rocket. We go out there. It was beautiful going across the sky. Normally, that would bring 1 million people to Titusville, and everybody would know about it. Now they go up every day like that, and we don't even
Gattaca
walk out hardly and watch them. A couple days ago at work, I think it was yesterday at work, Wednesday, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, everybody in our office started walking outside. I'm like, what's everybody going outside for? The first human, there's a Boeing rocket that's going up, or a shuttle that has humans in it, and it's the first time.
Like suborbital kind of?
Yeah, let's
low orbit.
Just type in Boeing Human flight. See that on the top there? Or you can go down to a... There you go. After 7 years of delays, Boeing launches its first human space flight. Scroll down. The Atlas V rocket. Starliner capsule. Heading to the space station. And it's like a test journey to the space station. Because I think it's normally going to have like a 7 people, but I think this one has like less or something like that.
And then they're going to do one to the moon in 2026.
I think that's what they're trying to build to.
Down the bottom here, a lunar variant.
And I think this was a big deal for Boeing, obviously, with all the garbage that they're going through. If they would have failed on this or hurt anybody on this, the company would have been free falling.
They got the big building over there at by the river, over there by the new motel.
Yep. Don't know anything about any of their work, man, because you will not end up okay. 2 people that are all that
whistleblowing.
All the whistleblowing. Those guys are ending up not alive anymore.
Ooh,
I think 2 of them now. 2 so far. Last like month, 2 months.
That's heavy.
They're a great company. They're awesome.
They've been around forever.
So what you got going on this weekend, man?
This weekend, I'll probably wire the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And I got to wipe the computers, and we're going to get the going.
Getting it just completely re-going, huh? Restarted?
Yeah. Yeah, after I finish.
Just wipe them all out.
I got going, yeah.
Heck yeah, man. That's going to be nice.
And we had some of the bands. It was Quill and the whole group.
Yeah, they're great.
They were over, and we're eating Kelsey's, so they started riffing, and they wrote this little theme song up.
We've been wanting to play that for about a month now. We've talked about it. So whenever future episode, we need to.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
What?
The song?
Oh, I don't know. It's like it's about Kelsey's Pizza.
Oh, you have a Kelsey's Pizza song?
Yeah, it's a short. They made it.
What was the other song that we didn't get to play that y'all did?
Oh,
real fun.
Yeah, the Rumpus.
Rumpus. Yeah. See,
yeah.
We got to get that out there too. I need to get that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, let's call it a night.
Okay, your dog does not like thunder. It's shaking, huh?
He wants attention, and he probably needs to go out to use the bathroom, and it's raining now, so he's all, when he comes to you like that, he's like, I need to go outside. So It's just one of those things. That's why I was kind of...
So we clamping it up? You going to catch a basketball game?
Yeah. NBA Finals tonight.
Perfect.
Game 1, Boston versus Dallas. I'm picking Dallas in 6 games.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. It's a fact.
I'm going to put something out there. I'm going to say thank you to you and Colleen for bringing tea to do this.
Thank you for doing this, man. It's
my pleasure.
It's been a really cool, fun experience that will continue. The downloads have been fantastic. A lot of good guests. You're bringing so many good guests in, and we're having really good long format conversations. Especially, I love having Che on, man.
Same.
It's just
shout out to Che.
It's fun. I know he's over in Spain right now.
Seattle.
Is he in Seattle
right now? Then he's gonna.
Then it's over Spain.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's loving it.
So he's over there. It's probably raining. He's probably
he's in paradise. He's loving
coffee, reading a book,
hiking through a mountain.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Maybe also put out there a thank you to, like you said, everybody that's listened, from Scott and T and Colleen.
Man. It's been just awesome. Thank you guys for listening to us. We just sit in here and we just riff and talk a lot, and we put it all together and go, here you go. I love all the conversations that we're cataloging within doing this. More to come.
Indeed. All right, y'all.
Daisies in a tube top screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisies in a tube top screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Right. That's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.